Hi everyone. Today I have a tale for you about contracts, about commitments, and why should you avoid them. Not really, but in some cases they may prove toxic. So there's a story. There was a man who owned a bit of land, and in this land there was a pond. The water in the pond was suspiciously clear, actually. And on a windless night or day or morning, the pond was so clear that you could see your reflection in it. That you could see the sky reflecting in it, the moon, stars, whatever, right? You get the idea. The pond was reflective. And sometimes people actually came over, because these were the days before actually reflecting devices that we have in houses. They looked at their reflections, they fixed their hair. This was a place where people gathered and talked about stuff they were interested in, the life of the village and all that stuff. And one day a miracle happened. A mirror salesman arrived in the village. So he approaches the owner of the pond and says, "Look, I've got this device. You can see yourself in it. It's brilliant. How about you buy one from me?" He says, "Wow, that's pretty cool, actually. I don't have to wait for the surface of the pond to be still to see my own reflection. That's great. Yeah, I'll hang it up in the bathroom." So he bought a mirror, and then the salesman says, "All right, but now I own your reflection. You cannot..." Well, no, he doesn't say "I own your reflection." That would be pretty extreme, although there are contracts like that. He says, "You cannot show this mirror to anybody. Anybody who enters your house cannot enter this room for fear of them seeing the mirror. If they want to see the reflection, then feel free to contact me at this number. I'll get them one. But they cannot use your mirror. In fact, I own the idea of reflectivity now, and they cannot look at your pond either. Doesn't matter that you used it for 30 years. From now on, I own the idea." Alright? So there may be cases whenever you learn stuff, especially in regards to abilities connected with your mind or soul, where somebody says, "Look, I taught you this technique. If somebody wants to learn it, you have to send them to me. You cannot pass this technique on." In some cases, you will know it's occult knowledge, and you will know that this is not transmissible like that it has to come from the source, for example. That you have to attain certain level in order to distribute it effectively. But in some cases, it is pure copyright and a business model. It's easy to remember, for example, not to share a mantra, right? That's easy, or some sort of spell, or something like that. It's a formula that you keep to yourself. You don't share it. It's super easy. The problem appears when whatever it is universal, ubiquitous. Imagine somebody sells you a chord progression. Okay, that's okay. You've taught me but you know what? I don't think you can sell this to me, because I think that's the Paradise City by Guns N' Roses or some other songs. It's a very common chord progression. But no. I invented it. This is the first time anybody has played these 3 chords in a succession. So it's mine. And now I'm giving it to you, my Padawan, but you cannot share it. Right? And then you go like, okay, fair enough, I'll just play it to myself, but do not make my songs, don't make my own songs with it, and whatever is in the contract, not play it in public or whatever copyright laws. But then you go like, oh, hang on a minute. That's a typical rock and roll progression, just one chord different at the end. So what am I supposed to do? To call Elvis Presley through the window because somebody told me not to play the other 3 chords? This is just 3 frets lower, and they sound exactly the same. So for example, somebody teaches you a meditation technique, and you go like, okay, I'm not going to share this technique. And then all of a sudden you realize that you've been either doing before something similar, or you develop something derivative on top of whatever you've learned. And you go like, okay, can I share it now or can I not? Is there some sort of legal arrangement that I should observe? And usually, with a piece of music at least, or if you're dealing with Monsanto, with a piece of genetic code, there is a fine print that you could apply and say, okay, 80% of this technique was created by me, so I can share it, right? There's some sort of arrangement there. In terms of spiritual arrangements like that, there isn't one. So basically you're stuck with a cinder block at your neck, and for the rest of your life you cannot say specific stuff that's part of your daily routine. Maybe this is something that you're happy with. Maybe this is how you can work. I would not enter deals like that. I would find them super limiting. So this is my cautionary tale for you. Whenever you see somebody asking for a deal like that, probably it's easier to live your life without a cinder block at your neck like that. Okay, that's an extreme metaphor, and I shouldn't probably be biasing you like that, but that's how I feel. This is my perception of things. Okay, so there you go. Mirror salesman, guitar chord progression, and buying meditations. Well, at the end of the day, whatever floats your boat, right? Have a great rest of the day.